Okay, so in the last video we found that we could make text appear on the frame using the put text function call, and we found that we could change the location of the text, we could change the XY position, that's the location, the color of the text, the font. We could do many things with it. What we want to do now is we want to look at finding a way to locate the mouse as best we can. So let's have a think. We've got our named window here, and we've got a frame of data, and we know that this frame has 640 pixels in the X direction and 480 in the Y. That's what we've got up here, 640 by 480. So we've essentially got from 0, 0 to 640, 480 in this bottom right corner. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a function and a mouse callback where basically it's going to say, right, you've clicked here with the left mouse button. I'm going to get the X and Y position of your click relative to the frame. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go forward that increment, 1 second or 2 seconds, whatever you want, and then we can click again, and it will then get the new position of the XY coordinates, and we're going to set it so that we've got a data structure that will collect that information, basically tack it onto the end, or we call it append, to append it onto the end. So this is what we want to do. So we just got up to the top here. Now there are many ways to answer this problem of how to get the mouse's position. This is just one way of doing it. It's semi-automatic. It's pretty crude, but it will work. So the first thing we need is some empty lists. This is what we're going to use to store the XY position of the mouse. So the beetle. If I say mouse or beetle interchangeably, I think the point can still be made of what we're doing and why we're doing it. So X position will be an empty list, the Y position will be an empty list. Oops. And then we also want to have some handle on the current frame. Because remember, the current frame is going to tell us the timing information. Whereabouts are we? So we want to now, we've got the empty lists, we need to make a function. Mouse position, we'll call this function mouse position. And this mouse position will take some parameters. Now, we will want to look for an event, which will be the left mouse button down. We want to get the X position and the Y position. We want some flags. And we also want to pass a parameter in. That parameter is going to be the current frame. We've called that the start frame. So that's the function. But we only want this function to be called, or for the stuff to happen when we left mouse click. So let's put a condition: if the event equals cv2.event left button down. So this will only occur if the left mouse button goes down. We want to get the current XY position and pop that into the list at the end. So we need the append. So xpos.append, and we want to append to that list the X position. We'll do the same for the Y, and we'll do the same for the current frame. Current frame append, and this is going to be the start frame. Right. Let's print that to the command prompt, just so we can see what's going on. For frame number, let's go this way. We won't concatenate strings like what we've been doing up until now. Frame number, the beetle was located at, that will be our X position and our Y position, and we'll pass to that the parameter, which is the start frame, and we could probably just call this start frame, and the X and the Y position. Right, so we've defined a function now where we're going to essentially look for an event. If that event is the left mouse button down, we'll get the X and Y position, append that to the end of this list here that we've created. We'll also get the current start frame, the current frame. We've called it the start frame. and we will then print it out to the command prompt. Now, where can we go and set the mouse callback? Because now we're going to listen out for what the mouse is doing and set the callback. You'll notice that I've put OFT here, so I've named the window inside the while loop. Look, its position's probably not going to make too much of a difference. I've put it in here just so we can see the flow of the ideas of what we're going to do. So let's set the mouse callback. So CV2 set mouse callback. Now we need to say we want to use the named window for our callback. So that will be OFT, open field test. All right, so this is where we want to do it. What's the function that we want to call? That was mouse position, wasn't it? And we also want to pass to it the start frame, which is the parameter that we had up here. So start frame. So remember we had this up the top here, this Parma ham. No, this parameter. And so we're going to, where are we? Set mouse callback, yes. Start frame will go here. Right, so we're going to listen to a mouse callback, and then we're going to call the mouse position, and if the event is the left mouse button down, we're going to get the XY position, put it into the lists that we've created, and then print it out to the screen. Let's see what we get. Okay, CV2 has no thing, get set mouse callback. So let's have a look. What have I done here? Probably spelt it incorrectly. Let's have a quick, yes, it's a lowercase s. No problems. Let's have a look. Right, we now have the video frame. This is all stuff that we know. Nothing's happening, but let's have a look. What happens if I click? So there's the beetle. I click once. There we go, bang. It says frame number 0. Yep, that's correct. The beetle was located at 286, 255. So that's 286 across, 255 down. So let's now go forward 1 second. We're on 25 frames. 25 frames per second, it's 1 second. We click again, bang, haha, nailed it. Frame 25, it's now moved to 213, 266. Let's go again, bang. We're now getting the mouse position for every increment that we set. Okay, remember you got lodged in the corner there, so it didn't move much. And as we can see here in these last couple of measurements that we made, 207, 326, 207, 321, 205, 327, it didn't move much at all. And now he's come out again, and it's come out again, and now it's jostling around the outside. Okay, so here we go. We've now got the position of the mouse, or Ringo, in the open field. It's semi-automatic. We push the F button, we make the measurement. We push the F button, we make a measurement. We can control the timing, where we are, and we can also control where the mouse click will occur. I think that is pretty damn awesome. Let's have a look. What we want to do now is just see to ourselves, or just see for ourselves, just are we actually putting the values in? Are we appending correctly the values at the end? So what we'll do is, once we quit, we're going to break out of this loop. What we'll do is we'll just print the current frame list. Oops. We'll also print out the X position, and we'll also print out the Y position. What have we done? So we'll click again. I'll just do 5 or so. F, click, F, click, F, click, forwards, click, forwards, click. All right, we quit out of there. What do we get? Here are the frame, the list of the frames. 0, 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, good. 284, 215, 364. So let's have a look here. So if we look down now, these are the 0th index, 0th item. Python does 0th counting. So frame 0, 284, 252, correctamundo, yep. Frame 25, 215, 266, 215, 266. So yeah, we've got the correct data structure there. We've split it up into the X and the Y position. That's not too much of a problem. We can save them quite happily into a CSV using a pandas data series to CSV, and we can go through that in the next video. But here we go, guys. we have now got a behavioural experiment where we can pull in a data file, a video file, we can get the parameters of the video file, we can put text onto the video file, we can change the colours, black and white, and now we can advance. Look, I'm not clicking the mouse button and it's not doing anything, so that means that I can now go to wherever I want. If I keep pushing the back button, it's not going to go back before the video file start. So you see, we've also confined ourselves to the video frames. But if I click and I go forwards, I can now make the measurements that I want to make. Okay, I think that's pretty cool, pretty exciting. All right, let's leave it there.